T&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast.
T&D Sports Video presents the Catholic League semifinals. Today, our second game from here at St. Joseph's College in Patchogue. It is St. Anthony's against St. Mary's. Hi, everyone, and welcome to St. Joseph's College here in Patchogue for the second of our girls' semifinal games here this afternoon. Mike Trez on hand to bring you all the action, joined by Locust Valley head coach Mike Gadone. And Mike, we've got St. Anthony's, the number 4 seed, ready to take on the top seed in this division. Those are the Gales of St. Mary's High School.
St. Anthony's coming off a 46-38 win over Holy Trinity to bring them to this point. St. Mary's, though, has really kind of run away with the conference this year, although, as we saw in the first game, anything is possible and seeds can kind of get thrown out the window.
Players are being introduced right now for the starting lineups. For St. Anthony's, they'll start with Pacey and Mitas in their backcourt. Up front, it's Morel, Moore, and Darvasey, Ava Darvasey. St. Mary's about to be introduced. They'll start with Blaylock and Barbeau in their backcourt, Tara Murray, Kayla Williams. And the big girl up front is Allison Atumbwe. Watch out for her.
Yeah, big-time player. St. Mary's, little smaller bench than you see with St. Anthony's, but a power this year. Haven't really been tested much. The first couple of minutes, Mike, will really tell the tale.
Atumbwe, just a freshman, but a big girl and really a monster on defense. Coach tells me she's averaging around 3 blocks per contest.
Which, especially this year in Long Island basketball, whether it be public school or private school, the big inside presence is really not as it used to be, and when you can have one of those players, they can really make a difference.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Orland & Cohen Sports Medicine, the exclusive sponsor of T&D Sports Production today. We thank them so much for their support and their sponsorship. 15 locations, Mike, in Suffolk and Nassau. If you're looking to get back on the court or back on the field, that's the place you should go.
No better place, and with 15 locations, just drive around the block, and I'm sure you're going to find one to take care of all your physical needs.
So just about ready for the opening tip. St. Anthony's in the black will move left to right. St. Mary's in the white will move right to left. Both players, I think, fanned on that opening tip.
Little nervous here to begin.
Finally, St. Mary's controls. They get it to Taryn Barbeau, their talented point guard. She drives in, can't get it to go. Offensive board, that won't go. And back the other way is St. Anthony's looking to run. And that ball is put in. Drive, nice shot that time.
Early
Came
transition.
from Alexis Mitas.
Yep, early transition for St. Anthony. Push and get things started quickly.
Barbeau. Out high. Tara Murray, her shot won't go. Offensive board inside, and the foul is drawn by Kayla Williams.
Williams, a big presence underneath already. Offensive rebound, went up strong. Early 2 free throws here.
So Kevin White's team with some good size inside, including Kayla, who's at the line right now. Williams puts the first one in.
Establishing that inside presence early in this game, Mike. You know, only 50 seconds in. Big plus for St. Mary's.
Can't get the second one down, but Barbeau with an offensive board. Gets it outside Murray. Blaylock tried to drive in, had it stripped, and now she strips from behind. And back the other way is Tara Murray.
Unfortunately, looks like Blaylock hurt herself a little bit coming back up the court, Mike. See if she can gut it out.
Murray looks inside Barbeau. Barbeau from the right elbow. Can't get it down. And back the other way is Mitas. Mitas again to the rack. Has it blocked. Back the other way is Blaylock. Blaylock drives in, tries to split the defenders. Gets bottled up, and let's see what they call.
That's a tough call early on here. A little out of control going to the basket. Looked like a no call. St. Anthony's coach Huey Flaherty pleading his case, but to no avail.
Taryn Barbeau, the junior, 5'10", 16 points a game at the line. Barbeau switches the first one in.
Good player, Mike, tall, but with point guard skills.
Her twin sister also on this team. She's out, injured, but her twin sister Taylor looking at a mid-major for college. St. Anthony's brings it up, down by a point, early going. Round the perimeter. Mitas can't get it down. Taryn Barbeau by herself on the break, puts it in with the left.
Speed off that rebound, Mike, just pushing it ahead out of the pack. Not able to be challenged.
Ayana Morrell tried the drive that time. Ball got knocked out of bounds, but it's going to stay with the Friars.
St. Mary's showing 2-3 zone here out of bounds. Let's see what St. Anthony's does with it.
Here's Mitas from the left corner. She gets it down for 3.
Easy look there out of the corner, but good hit.
Shot won't go, and now back the other way for St. Anthony's.
St. Mary's wasting no time getting shots up here in the half court. Confident in their offensive rebounding, I'm sure.
Mitas gives it up top for Moore. Now right wing for Morrell. Shot's no good, and going back over to the Gales.
Once again, Mike, early part of these games, you can see the players adjusting to the scenario here, the rims, the lighting a little bit darker than it appears on the TV. So neutral court can be an equalizer here early.
Morrell looking to, or I should say Barbeau looking to split two, and she traveled and turned it over. St. Anthony's works it around, looking for a good shot. Right corner three, way off the mark, pulled down by Tara Murray. Here's Barbeau again with the left hand, banks it in.
Long lead pass by Blaylock on the money. Looked like 1st and 10 right there.
St. Mary's leads by 2, 4.5 left in the first. Morrell outside, has it knocked away, taken away. Barbeau ahead of the pack, another layup.
Tremendous pass off the steal. You can see the speed of St. Mary's. Mike going here up 9-5, 4 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Hugh Flaherty was not happy with that last turnover. You can see him there in his huddle, Mike.
Yeah, I'm sure he's telling them, let's get the ball to the sideline, stay away from the middle where the traps are coming. Something that they've talked about in practice all week, I'm sure. You know, when you get to these games and the nerves get there and it gets amped up, you know, things you've talked about throughout you'll see here, long pass by St. Mary's. As we said, the speed and the finish. When you do that, it just adds so much to your team.
St. Anthony's wants to be deliberate, but they can't turn the ball over like that. If they get in a track meet with this St. Mary's team, they're going to be in big, big trouble.
Absolutely. Their strength is not going to be trying to play up-tempo basketball along with St. Mary's today.
They've got to be deliberate, work it around, get good shots, and not turn the ball over. So let's see if they can do that coming out of that timeout. Emma Toner just checked in, fires up a three. That won't go. St. Anthony's on the offensive glass. We've got a stoppage in play. Not sure exactly what happened there.
I think we have a shot clock situation at the moment, Mike. They reset it to 27. It was originally at 24.
Gives us a moment to thank the folks over at Orlin and Cohen Orthopedics for their sponsorship of today's. We thank them so much for coming on board. Really tremendous medical facility. If you're hurt and want to get back in the game, that is the place to rehab.
Providing us with in production that we can have, getting these great shots. Now it looks like they're going to set the shot clock, Mike, at 15 seconds. A little bit of discrepancy between the officials.
St. Anthony's goes pretty deep. They'll go 9 or 10 deep. So Emma Toner, just a freshman at 5'8", but she'll trigger it in. Gets it into Pacey. They work it around the perimeter. Pacey gets it inside. The double comes, and Amelia Moore is fouled and will head to the line.
Excellent ball movement, Mike, around the perimeter, as you had said. Getting the ball to that short corner, to the low post, and then either passing out of that spot, which is really the place to be, or turning and scoring is where they're going to have to exploit this St. Mary's zone. They play it so high, that's the one spot, if you're not hitting your outside shots, that you have to look to score from.
Moore, another freshman, but nice stroke at the line, plenty of arc. Can't get the second one to go. Rebound is fought for and controlled by St. Mary's. Barbeau to Murray, she stops and pops, way off the mark, and it's going back to the Friars.
Barbeau is so fast getting the ball up the court. Very difficult for St. Anthony's to get set defensively, even off the make.
Ball's taken away by Barbeau. Another off the glass.
You're going to be saying her name a lot today, Mike. Steele on her own. Doesn't need any help. Goes in left-handed. Lays it up.
11-6 St. Mary's. Just under 3 to go in the first.
You can see the pace of this game much different than our first game early on. A lot quicker, especially from the St. Mary's side.
Pacey dribbles outside, now sends it across to Mitas. Shot from the elbow comes from Varsity, or Varsity, I should say.
A little higher than I'm sure she's used to shooting those shots due to the size of the St. Mary's back line. Looks like we're having another shot clock discussion. "11 seconds. Oh, we reset now to 30.
Emma Toner under the basket to get it in. Here's Pacey. Pacey tries to split two, and she draws contact on her way to the hoop. Williams on the foul.
Great job by Amanda Pacey to break through, find the gap. St. Mary's defense a little late on that, so she's going to the line shooting too.
Pacey is sophomore herself, so this St. Anthony's team a little on the young side, Mike. They've got a good number of freshmen and sophomores in their rotation.
No matter what the result, that's a great experience for them to be here in this game today. Bodes well for the future.
Pacey rolls the second one in. Friars are down by 3, 2.5 left in the first. Now Alyssa Blaylock on the dribble. Knocked out of bounds, but will stay with St. Mary's.
Seem to be having quite a few shot clock issues here early on, but we worked it out.
Blaylock comes back into the backcourt to retrieve. Now tries to dribble, leaves the ball behind. Murray picks it up. Gets it back outside to Barbeau. Here's Blaylock. Up in the air, won't go in. Fought for underneath.
St. Anthony's doing a good job on the defensive boards, not giving an inch here. Keeping the game close at 11-8 with about 2 minutes left in this quarter, Mike.
Inside, Varsity rattles it down and drops it in.
There we go. You can see, instead of mid-post, basically front rim, lays the ball in an area she's familiar with.
Varsity, as I mentioned, a sophomore, but a big girl at 5'11". Here's a steal. Pacey ahead of the pack, and she banks it in.
Great job defensively. Leaks out, is able to anticipate going uncontested.
Anthony's on top for the first time. 12-11, a minute 20 to go in the first, as Barbeau is bottled up. Possession arrow keeps it with St. Mary's.
I was going to say, Mike, seems like St. Mary's is a little bit surprised with the defensive intensity of St. Anthony's. Haven't really reached it yet. Not taking care of the ball as well as they should.
Taylor Clayton checks in for the Gales for the first time, as it looked like Blaylock got shaken up. 2-on-1 fast break. Mitas tried to get it to go off the glass. She couldn't. And let's see what our officials called. Call a foul on St. Mary's, Kayla Williams.
Thought it might be 2 shots, but they're going to take it out of bounds. Yeah, Blaylock, that's the second time she's pulled up. Looks like a hamstring or something. Could be a problem the rest of the game.
A minute left to play in the first. Murray passed up the shot, dribbled down to the baseline. Around the perimeter comes to Blaylock. Right elbow jumper won't go. And finally, it's taken away by Taylor Clayton.
Great steal. They let her get away with a couple extra steps on that. But St. Mary's retaining possession here.
St. Mary's still down by a point, approaching the 30-second to play mark in the first.
A few too many steps on that one. They didn't let him get away on that drive. We got 28.3, Mike. St. Anthony's looks like St. Mary's is going to extend pressure, not allow them to bring the ball up easily and get one last shot.
Now here comes the full court pressure. Almost a steal, and it's going to stay with St. Anthony's.
Thought it went out off of St. Anthony's, as did Coach White for St. Mary's, but St. Anthony's 21.5 seconds left. See if they're going to hold or look to score here quickly.
In the lane, Varsity. Round jumper goes.
Once again, exactly where she wants to catch the ball. Good touch. Another turnover.
And they won't get a shot off, but St. Anthony's at the end of one quarter of play leads 14-11.
Definitely the more discipline here in that first quarter. You can see the great turnaround jumper right there by Varsity.
We're going to be back with second quarter action right after this on T&D Sports Productions.
Shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better, faster. Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better, faster.
Welcome back, everyone, to St. Joseph's College. Mike Trezor, Mike Gadone on hand. St. Anthony's up 14-11 against St. Mary's as we start the second quarter. St. Anthony's travels, and they turn it over.
As if on cue, we were saying that St. Anthony's was really under control and played at the pace they liked in the first quarter. Come out and turn the ball over early, but see if they can get it back here on the defensive end.
Taryn Barbeau. Blaylock tried to get it to Chloe Nieves, who's into the game for the first time. Ball goes off her hands, and it goes back over to St. Anthony's.
Light bench, as we mentioned, for St. Mary's.
Now St. Mary's turns up the heat. They break the press, and they get an easy basket. That time it's more.
Not sure what the whistle was on, but you can see a little frustration starting to happen here with St. Mary's. Seems like everything they're trying, St. Anthony's is right there. St. Anthony's now going to go full court pressure.
And you can see the boys starting to arrive for their 5 o'clock game. The Chaminade kids are now in the house.
Well, they're looking for a few tips, you know.
Barbeau with another nice drive, running jumper goes.
She has been the offensive story for St. Mary's. Without her, they'd be in big trouble right now.
Here's another steal. Barbeau gets it head to Blaylock. She tries to slow it down, then speeds up. Shot won't go. Offensive board, Nieves. Her shot won't fall. Back the other way, the Friars.
Alyssa Blaylock showing her speed, but got to be a little bit better under control. Shots aren't falling just yet.
It's Toner outside. Gives it up. Ball goes off the hands. Morrell tried to save it, but could not, and it's going back over to the Gales, and Kayla Williams is coming back in.
Excellent defensive recovery right there on the screen and roll, causing the turnover. St. Anthony's pulling the pressure back right now.
.620 left in the second. St. Anthony's up by 3. I should say, yeah, up by 3 over St. Mary's.
I don't think anybody was anticipating that, Mike.
Murray, left wing, and she drops it down.
Big step back, pull 3 right here. Coming off the double screen, the staggered double, and we get a steal again.
And it's Murray on the steal. Gets it around to Taylor. Clayton. Murray left wing 3, hits it again.
Starting to feel it. Smart timeout here by Coach Huey Flaherty.
22nd timeout.
When you get a shooter that can grab the ball and either hit a step back 3 or catch it off the bounce and off movement like she just did there to pull 2 threes in a row, it's taking the pressure now off the guards bringing the ball up. As we mentioned, that number 11, Taryn Barbeau, was the entire story offensively. Now when you add that 3-point dimension, you can see the game start to go quickly here. St. Mary's, see if they go, Mike, with full court pressure here, or are they going to say, okay, we have the lead, let's fall back and make them work a little bit.
You mentioned Taryn Barbeau. She had 40 against St. Anthony's earlier this season, 43 against Sacred Heart. So she's used to dropping a 40 on someone.
Those are some huge numbers no matter who you're playing, and those are 2 quality defenses.
St. Anthony's up by 3 a minute ago, now down by 3 after consecutive 3-pointers from Tara Murray. They get it inside. Darvasey, ooh, I thought she went up and down with it, but the ball was hit, and now they're saying she turned it over.
Not sure if they're calling it a held ball or turnover. Looks like referees are getting together. Only difference will be then who gets possession on the next one.
Not only you not sure, it doesn't seem like they're sure either.
Now they're calling a travel.
Finally, they are calling it
have to disagree with that, but we have the advantage point here up in the catwalk and the benefit of crystal clear video.
No, it did seem like she went up and down to me, Mike, when the ball was not hit by a girl.
That's what it seems to be what they're discussing on the sideline.
In either case, it is St. Mary's ball. They lead by...
Coach Mike White looking on, feeling a little bit better about how things are going here in the last couple of possessions.
St. Mary's with the ball in the 3-point lead. Here's a possible steal by St. Anthony's if they can get to it, but Barbeau shows the speed and runs it down.
Good heads-up play by her. Definitely a backcourt violation. But rather than just giving up an easy 2, runs back, gets the ball, makes St. Anthony's now have to run some offense. Huey Flaherty calling out the plays.
Casey is back in for St. Anthony's, and she inbounds it. Now dribbles, nice drive. Can't get the shot to fall. Whoa, we've got some rough play as we've got a tie-up. That was Kayla Williams, who basically spun the St. Anthony's girl around a little bit.
Amanda Pacey comes up smiling, saying, I'm not giving an inch here today, to the bigger number 24, Williams, as you mentioned, for St. Anthony's. Got to love the spunk here by St. Anthony's.
Trip to Hofstra on the line Thursday. Barbeau for Blaylock. Blaylock, nice drive. A little too hard off the glass, and it's going back over to Anthony's.
Great left-handed drive, but then switched right going in and wasn't able to convert.
Here's Pacey. She gets it ahead nicely to Varsity. Varsity almost turned it over, but it's saved by Toner. Toner stepped on the line and sent it back over to Mary's.
Seemed like half the St. Mary's group, Mike, was up full court. The other half was not. So they're lucky that St. Anthony's was able to turn the ball over once it got over.
Barbeau looking for help. They're putting the pressure on her. Finally, she finds Blaylock. Blaylock looking to split the defense, and she draws contact. I think it's Varsity they're going to call that on.
Blaylock is one of those unique players, Mike. She's so strong with the left-handed dribble and approach, but yet finishes right. So that time, a little bit more centered within the rim. Almost got it to go.
Alyssa Blaylock at the line. Wastes no time putting up the first one, gets it to go. Kevin White told me she might be the best defender he has. Morrell drives in. Left-handed shot won't fall. Tara Murray cleans the glass. Barbeau looking for help. They're trying to bottle her up. She finds Blaylock on the run.
Fantastic back cut by Blaylock. You see, that's why you hold on to the ball, stay square. Great pass right there.
St. Anthony's one and done again. Here comes Barbeau. Offensive board by Blaylock. Her shot wouldn't go.
Tried to get a little fancy with the catch and shoot. Got a 30-second timeout here for St. Mary's.
Orland Cohen
looks
is
like they're
our
gonna
exclusive broadcast sponsor.
Just more time now. And a full timeout to talk about Orland Cohen. As you mentioned, 15 locations, Nassau and Suffolk. Exclusive rights to this broadcast today. And we're in the middle of our second game. And Mike, you have two more after this. You must be excited about what you have in front of you, but also I hope you brought some magic potion to keep your voice going. I'm only doing the color, and I'm starting to lose mine here a little bit.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Hopefully I won't have to go to them, Orland and Cohen, for voice rehab.
I was going to say, could they help me with my voice?
Coming up in just a little while, we've got St. John the Baptist. The Cougars made it into the semis. They'll take on the big boys from Chaminade, the #1 seed. And then tonight, we've got Holy Trinity. A little bit later on, they're going to take on the Friars boys from St. Anthony's, who were able to advance themselves to the semis.
Quite a nightcap there. St. Anthony's boys, led by Coach Sal Logano, who I've been lucky enough to know for the better part of 25 years. High school, junior college, college level, great coach. Always has his teams ready to go, but a stiff test, no matter who they're playing in the Catholic League on any given night.
That game, I have a feeling, is going to be a barn burner. So Jim Furchlin will be behind the mic with me for those two games. Looking forward to working with Jim for the first time. St. Mary's in the white, moves right to left. They work it down to Williams off the side of the backboard, and then she traveled, so not a good possession that time for the Gales.
St. Anthony's came out 2-3 zone out of that timeout. Caught St. Mary's by surprise. Good strategy.
Morrell from the right corner for three.
A girl that size who can hit shots.
Check it, it's Amelia Moore.
Amelia Moore, absolutely. Right corner, nothing but net. Her 4th point of the game.
Barbeau, round the rim, won't drop in. Williams battles for it. And then we've got a travel by St. Anthony's. They turn it right back over.
St. Mary's looking for the foul call inside, got none, but was able to cause a turnover, get possession back.
St. Anthony's hanging in here. Down by just 3, 2.5 to go in the half. Here's Murray. Left corner 3 won't go. Williams couldn't get the follow. Another follow. She's battling like a demon on those boards.
Tough rims here, but no give up in her game. Gets 2 offensive rebounds, goes up, draws that foul. Now we'll have a chance to make 2 here to extend St. Mary's lead. Right now at 22-19 with 2:20 left in the half.
Coach White during the week described her as a rugged player. She showed some of that right there.
Rugged and then some on that one.
Hits the first free throw and puts her team up by 4 with 2:20 left in the half. Can't get the second one down, and it's Pacey who pulls it down. Check it, it's Varsity. Now it's Pacey who turns it over. Barbeau splits 2. They knock her down on the way to the hoop. Free throws.
You can see here on the replay, she splits the D. A little bit out of control, probably didn't need to foul right there, but excellent job by her to draw the foul, get to the line where she's been pretty smooth.
Swish on the first one for Barbeau.
You know what I like about the St. Mary's free throw shooters, Mike? They get the ball a couple of dribbles and put it up. Don't give themselves any time to get nervous or worry about their stroke.
She's good on 2 of 2. St. Mary's now starting to open it up. They lead by half a dozen.
Critical time, 2 minutes left here in the half. St. Anthony's has got to keep the game close.
Hasty with a nice drive, but she can't get it down. Barbeau in the lane, banks it in.
Strong finish once again from that side. Big pressure right now.
27-19 as St. Anthony's turns it over again.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout here by St. Anthony's, try to settle things down.
I think Coach Flaherty really didn't want to do it, Mike, but he senses this game getting away from him just a little bit.
Absolutely. It's one of those things with 1:39 left. To burn a timeout is tough, but you're right on the money with that, Mike, I think, because we're talking a 2 4-point game. St. Anthony's even had an early lead. Now, if you're getting into a double-digit deficit going into halftime against a team that traps and plays so fast, it's going to be very difficult to come back from. Get things settled down if possible. Keep this game in single digits, and then regroup at halftime.
So we talked earlier about Taryn Barbeau. As you see St. Anthony's huddle right there, Hugh Flaherty, been described as a good friend by Kevin White. Hopefully that friendship continues after this game is over. Those one-sided games, if it does get to that, can kind of put a little strain on that.
It's very difficult to coach against your friends. One of my good friends, Chris Vankovics, who coached with me on the college level and is doing a great job at West Hempstead. We play twice a year, and never fun to play against your friends.
St. Anthony's needs a good possession here. It's Moore who will get it in the lane. It's nearly taken away. It's a tie-up, and possession arrow is going to keep the ball with St. Anthony's.
That was an aggressive tie-up, but no foul. St. Anthony's lucky to retain possession, though.
Mitas. Trying to get it into the lane. Varsity tried to bank it in, wouldn't go.
Big time move, just came up a little short.
Williams outside to Blaylock. Blaylock, some fancy dribbling. Tries to get it into the middle of the court, and it's a turnover.
That time dribbled right, went left, but couldn't convert.
Mitas from deep. Shot won't fall, and it's Williams who clears the glass. Blaylock.
Long pass ahead. Blaylock had trouble getting back up the court, but she's able to finish off the long.
Pacey.
Double dribble.
Mitas, discontinues there, Mike, and turns it over.
That's a byproduct, Mike. The pressure defense itself doesn't cause the turnover, but the team is so rattled by the pace of the game, lose track of what you're doing. Looks like they're going to come over right now and hold for one shot, see what they get.
St. Mary's up by 10. Under 20 seconds to go in the half. They're going to hold for one. It's Alyssa Blaylock who dribbles out high. Now gets it across the court to Murray. Back to Barbeau. Deep three off the front of the rim. Chased down by St. Anthony's. And that's going to do it for the first half. After one half of play, St. Mary's leads St. Anthony's 29-19.
St. Anthony's hung tough early. Super close game. But as we had talked about during the timeout, Mike Trezza, St. Mary's turning up the defensive pressure, getting the pace of the game where they would like it. And then we go big time, extending the lead to 29-19. Coach Flaherty for St. Anthony's bringing his troops into the locker room, as you can see to our left-hand side. Going to do the best that they can to get the pace back where they need it and cut into the deficit.
So there you see our halftime score on your screen. It's St. Mary's 29, St. Anthony's 19. We're going to be back with the second half and all the action right after this. You're watching the Catholic League's semifinals on T&D Sports Productions.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better faster.
Experience, trusted, proven, excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production, the industry standard, T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Welcome back to the campus of St. Joseph's College in Patchogue. Second game of our doubleheader in the girls' side. St. Mary's and St. Anthony's, Mike Trezza. And 10-point lead for St. Mary's entering the half. Close game early, but St. Mary's then starting to show its dominance.
So this is where Hugh Flaherty is really going to have to earn his paycheck here, Mike. What can he do to get his St. Anthony's team to sort of cut into this deficit, convince his girls they're still in this game, and not let St. Mary's get off to the races in the second half?
Well, first thing is he's definitely got to harp on the fact that his roster here, as we're taking a look at number 20, Amanda Pacey, who handled the ball very well, that they were able to handle pressure early, just got worn down a little bit. It's a matter of ball reversal when they're doing that and being patient. If they can handle the pressure, they're right there. Anytime they do turn it over and give up a basket, don't get discouraged. Just get right back into your stuff. If the deficit does get a little bit bigger, you can't do it all in one shot. You got to chip away a little bit here and there, but just believe that they can stay with it because they were so close for the majority of that half.
And let's take a quick look at the stat sheet and see who our leaders are for both teams.
Well, St.
at halftime.
St. Mary's definitely led by number 11, Taryn Barbeau. She's done it all from rebounding to pushing the ball, shooting from the outside, the inside, from the free throw line. Number 3, Tara Murphy came in, or Tara Murray, I'm sorry, and hit some shots on St. Anthony's end. A little bit different distribution. Ava Darvasey, 4 points. Amelia Moore with 4, including a 3. Alexis Mitas had a 3 and a 2. Pacey, as we mentioned, went to the line twice. Number 20 with a bucket.
I think with Darvasey, Mike, they might be underutilizing her a little bit. Can they get her the ball in the post and have her get something up really quick before that double could come over?
Absolutely. You know what? I think what happened was St. Mary's, as you see their roster here, did a great job, led by number 24, Kayla Williams, inside, of denying her the ball, but also just the pressure from the outside, the hands, the tips, the deflections is what kept the ball from the inside. So while you want to get it in there quickly, St. Mary's does such a great job of denying the passing lanes. And while you're not getting a steal directly off the first pass, it's off the tip and deflection that they get it and go. And then you're talking about Taryn Barbeau, who can really push.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're back with the second half.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better faster.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Welcome back, everyone, to St. Joseph's College here in Patchogue for the second of our two girls semifinals. The first one won by Sacred Heart Academy over Our Lady of Mercy. In this one, it is St. Mary's up 10 at halftime over St. Anthony's. Mike Trezza along with the coach, Mike Cadone.
Mike, if you're St. Anthony's, even though you're down 10, you're still well within striking distance. Plenty of game left. It's not as if the number one seeded Gales ran away with this game early on. It was tight going into the second quarter, made a little bit of a run towards the end of the half. But still, with an experienced coaching staff led by Huey Flaherty and his group for St. Anthony's, even with the younger group out there, they'll be just fine. But St. Mary starts with the ball and see what happens going forward.
Whoever wins this game will meet Sacred Heart on Thursday over at Hofstra for the championship of this league. St. Mary's in the white now goes left to right. Williams gets bumped and still puts it in. Still have a chance for three.
2-3 zone by St. Anthony's. Great over-the-top pass. Took the hit. Great start for St. Mary's. Kind of the worst-case scenario here for St. Anthony's.
Kayla Williams with the chance for the conventional three-point play. She rolls that one in and increases it to a 13-point lead for the Gales.
Hard to say the first possession in the second half is critical, Mike, but this one is.
Pacey looks inside. Darvasey has to pass outside. Three-pointer from the corner is no good, but St. Anthony's will keep it.
Good ball movement, but to stay in this game, those threes are going to have to drop here.
Iana Morel with that shot. And here's a turnover. Williams steals it. Gets it ahead to Barbeau. Blaylock, left wing. Her three won't go. Murray with the offensive board. Back outside to Barbeau. Barbeau from the right elbow. Jumper's no good. Rebound to St. Anthony's.
St. Anthony's staying in that 2-3 zone, causing shots from different spots where players aren't comfortable, but a quick turn up, able to regain possession.
Mitas' shot no good. Up ahead to Blaylock, and the shot is blocked.
Great defense right there, not giving an inch.
Amelia Moore finally sends it back the other way. Pacey had her shot blocked, but the ball will stay with the Friars.
Mike, someone once told me that when you get down in these situations, down 10, 13, you got to just take the little victories. Cut it to 10, cut it to 8, cut it to 4, and then build on those.
St. Anthony's 20 to shoot. Ball is poked away by Clayton. Clayton tries to control, but St. Anthony's is going to get it back. Emma Toner back in for St. Anthony's.
St. Mary's extending now full court.
Toner replaces Morel. A travel as Amelia Moore went to make a move and left the ball behind.
Once again, while the pressure defense itself not causing the turnover, just the pace and getting the ball to players who don't feel comfortable with it in certain spots causes it. You see Coach Huey Flaherty now telling everyone, it's right now, I'm sure what he's saying has nothing to do about the technical part of the game because they got the ball where they wanted it to. But it's like, hey, ladies, you're right there. Get the ball as he's showing it. Keep it high, turn, get it someplace else.
So far, it's been a really good day of basketball.
Oh,
Mike,
yes.
that first game was great. Went into overtime. This one has gotten a little one-sided, but we'll see if Anthony's can come back and make a little bit more of a tight game out of it. We've got 2 boys' games on tap. St. John the Baptist was just able to squeeze into the semis on the last day of the, actually Wednesday night. They blew out St. Dominic's, blew them out really badly. But they're going to have to take on the big boys from Chaminade in that 5 o'clock game. And then we've got Trinity and Anthony's boys waiting in the 7 o'clock contest.
Chaminade led by a familiar name in New York basketball circles. Last name of DeBuscher, am I correct?
Yes. Same last name, same first name.
Ah.
Murray dribbles it off her foot.
Looks like it went up.
Ooh, they're saying it got poked away.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. And finally, it does go back over to Anthony's.
All right, still man-to-man here for St. Anthony's. Man-to-man offense. I'm sorry, they're working. Good double screen off the top.
Toner got a foul away from the ball on St. Mary's. Let's see who it goes on. It's on number 11, Barbeau.
Little too aggressive in post D.
First team foul. That ball is nearly slapped away, and Blaylock paid the price. That'll jam a finger pretty good.
Certainly will, but she such great anticipation on that wing. 2-3 trapping D.
Mitas gets it in to Pacey. She looks inside, but the ball is intercepted by Williams. Almost another steal back the other way. Across the court to Murray. Right wing 3. Too strong. Barbeau. Back outside Blaylock. Left wing 3. Three's coming from every direction. Murray tries to save. She goes tumbling into the bench area, and the ball is going to go to St. Anthony.
Well, when you have offensive rebounding and you have players willing to do that to get after long misses, that's why coaches are very happy to say, hey, keep shooting those.
Now St. Anthony's wants to push it up. There's a left wing 3. That one goes from Licciardi.
Licciardi breaking pressure, making them pay for it with the 3. Gets them back to within 10 now with 5:15 left, third quarter.
Barbeau. Now they're starting to put some heat on her. Barbeau shakes free and puts it in right of the basket.
If you give her an inch, Mike, you can see that's all she needs. Smooth with the ball, left dribble, right finish.
St. Anthony's now trying to spread the court. Pacey in the left corner. Here's Toner. Licciardi. Licciardi's 3 won't go, but St. Anthony's keeps the ball.
St. Mary's just smothering St. Anthony's at every touch. You had mentioned before about trying to get the ball inside. Just their perimeter D is so strong, not a passing lane to be found.
Varsity leans in, takes it, but it won't count. She traveled.
You can see the frustration on her face, half with, I'm sure, the travel, but also not being able to get the ball where she's wanted it. She finally gets it on the free throw line, makes a move, but then gets called for the travel.
St. Mary's with the 12-point lead and the ball. 4:20 left in the third. Clayton Taylor, or Taylor
Clayton.
Clayton,
Yes.
traveled and turned it over.
I'm sure Coach Mike White is not going to be happy about the sloppy play. Otherwise, feeling, I'm sure, that this game could be put away in this quarter.
Mitas, left wing, no good. Williams rebound. And it's taken away. Good hustle play by Licciardi.
Great job there, not getting discouraged by the miss. Staying up strong, stopping the ball.
Toner will send it into Licciardi. Kate Licciardi, backup point guard. Varsity stops, pops, can't get it to go. Finally, Williams sends it back the other way. Blaylock to Barbeau. She looks inside, gets it across to Murray. 3-second violation, then the ball's going back over to the Friars.
Tough call on Kayla Williams, Mike, but when you have her on the defensive end rebounding as she has been, when you have a player that can limit the other team to one shot and start the break as she does, boy, that is some kind of special player to have.
Licciardi, Toner on the baseline, has to give it up, Licciardi. Cross court. Now they find Varsity, and she banks it in.
Great ball move, reversal into the post. As you can see here, Duck, use the glass, big job.
Pass is tipped, but still lands in the hands of Barbeau. It threw her timing off, and she couldn't hit the layup. Here's a near steal. Mitas, straight ahead three from Licciardi.
Behind the men's three-point line in college, you can see, didn't need to, but still could have been a four-pointer.
So Kate Licciardi giving her team a lift off the bench. 34-27, 2:40 left in the third. Here's a turnover.
Got to have this one.
Off the glass and in. Mita.
Fantastic steal. You see on the replay, finishes strong, goes left, goes upright. Going to call timeout here, I'm sure, to stop the bleeding. St. Anthony's within 5. That's why it's so important when you have a team down. Don't let up. Don't let off the gas, because now a couple of threes, turnover, make a sub, and before you know it, an 11, 12-point lead now goes back to 5. And you can see Coach Huey Flaherty in the sand. He's jacked up. The team's happy. A lot of positives there. On the other side, St. Mary's, I'm sure, is just talking like, hey, let's play our game. Let's not be sloppy with the basketball.
You see the St. Mary's players right there, Michael. Little timid about getting close to Kevin White in that timeout. I don't know if that's a COVID thing. He's kind of a big guy, Coach White, so I don't know if these girls are afraid of getting a bit of a tongue lashing
well,
from him.
Even with the mask on, I'm sure the body language just says it enough.
So St. Anthony's now back in it, down by 5, a chance to cut it to 4. It is Alexis Mitas, the 5'7" freshman, combo guard at the line.
And Kayla Williams right back in the game for St. Mary's.
She hits the shot, and it's 34-30, 2.5 left. This time St. Mary's looking to slow it down just a bit. Murray to Blaylock. Barbeau looking inside, behind the back dribble, in the lane, up and in.
Tough finish right there. You mentioned behind the back dribble. From behind the three-point line, 1-2 steps through the lane and finishes.
2 minutes left in the quarter. Mary's up by 6. Cross-court pass. Right wing jumper's no good. Kayla Williams again fighting for it. And it's going to be a foul on St. Anthony's.
Mike, on that last three-point attempt by St. Anthony's, you saw Amanda Pacey take the shot. Something to be said here with the 3 lines. I know we kind of made light of it in our first game, but the players can get confused because the official three-point line on this court for them is the short blue line right off the top of the key, but you have a yellow and a gray line, which are the college lines, and they look down, see a line, they figure they got to be behind it.
No, that's a really good point. It is confusing for players. Barbeau looks inside. Nice dish to Williams.
Once again, good drive.
Mary's up by 8. Here's the steal. Barbeau can't hit the easy one in the lane, and it's back the other way. Mitas gets it ahead. Licciardi, she has it knocked away.
Wow, letting a lot of stuff go here.
Travel, and St. Anthony's is getting it back with 1:13 left.
But even so, I'm sure Coach White for St. Mary's is happy because that pace is what they want to play at. Even with the turnover, the faster the game, the better it is for them.
Licciardi, right corner 3, no good. Murray pulls down the board. Here's Barbeau, leaves it for Blaylock, left corner 3, goes!
Wow, what a find on the pass. Attack the middle.
Here's a steal by Murray. Puts it up and draws contact. She'll go to the line.
So off the replay, Mike, as you mentioned, number 3, Murray gets the steal, attacks the basket. She goes to the line now, so once again leads back up to 11. Hard to think maybe that might have been St. Anthony's one last charge there to get this game close. St. Mary's starting to feel it now.
Tara Murray at the line, the junior, 5'10". Coach calls her a good shooter. She's shown it in this game. Can't get the touch at the line. She'll get one more. Swish on the second. Mary's up by a dozen.
St. Mary's now looks to be showing full court 2-2-1 face guarding. Looking to put it away here, Mike.
Varsity back in. Replaces Moore for St. Anthony's. Mitas drives the lane, tries to get the pass up. Not sure if that was a pass or a shot. Whatever it was, it didn't work.
Just went too deep within that zone.
St. Anthony's tries to pressure defensively. And there's a travel. That call went on Taylor Clayton.
St. Anthony's hit, Mike, they have to fight the instinct of when they do break pressure, not to think they have to go directly to the basket, because as you saw there, they got caught a little too deep. Break pressure. If you don't have a great shot, be happy that you broke it and run an offensive set. You're still only down 12.
Licciardi, or actually it's Toner who has to give it up. Right corner 3, that goes.
There we go, ball reversal, hit the corner, big 3 from
Varsity.
Varsity starting to get involved.
6 seconds, Blaylock on the drive, heavy contact.
And just as we mentioned, Varsity, offensive play, 3-pointer, takes the charge with 4.5 seconds left. Now it's under 10 points. That's what you want.
If they can cut it to 6 here, Mike, that'll be a big lift. On the drive, at the buzzer, no good. And St. Anthony's trails by 9 at the end of the third. We're going to step away and be back with the fourth quarter and all the action. Right after this, you're watching T&D Sports Production.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better, faster.
Welcome back to the campus of St. Joseph's College here in Patchogue. Mike Rodone along with Mike Trezza starting the fourth quarter of our second semifinal game. St. Mary's, number 1 seed with a 9-point lead over St. Anthony's. Mike, the start to this quarter cannot be overemphasized. St. Anthony's with the ball, cut it under 10, get a good look here, and get a stop on defense. And you go from a 9-point deficit to right back in the game.
You mentioned that first possession, Mike. This first possession is going to be key. They have to give themselves a lift emotionally. Here's Pacey off the glass, can't get it to fall.
Couldn't get a better look, though. Great job. But there she is once again, Kayla Williams with the defensive rebound.
Murray over to Blaylock. St. Mary's around the perimeter. Blaylock, left wing three, she nails it.
Once again, Blaylock from the corner, that seems to be her spot.
Not a lot of arc on that shot either, Mike. Varsity works her way in.
See, that's what we were talking about before. You broke pressure. You don't have to throw it up right away. Be happy, take the possession.
Barbeau gets trapped on the baseline, has to kick it back out. St. Mary's by 12, 6:40 left in the game. Barbeau splits two defenders, gets the shot up, and I think the foul's going on her.
Looks like they call, I think, Mike, they called the travel on it. Looks like a travel. 2-2-1 pressure here once again.
Whoop, whoop. You can get an easy, if you can break this press, you can get yourself an easy bucket here. Pacey
there we
off the glass, and
looks like you saw that coming. Yep, great drive. Decided to take it herself. Mary said, we're not going to foul you, go ahead.
Cuts the deficit to 10. Blaylock, two defenders on her. She puts up the three anyway, and she can't hit it. Toner. Nice pass to Licciardi on the run. On the run, she puts it in with the left.
Tough drive. Licciardi right there in defensive stance, ready to go. Gotta love the grit here, Mike. Still within 8.
Barbeau looking inside. Round the rim, won't drop in for Williams.
That ball literally went under and popped out.
Here's Licciardi trying to lose her defender. Gets it to Toner in the corner. Back to Licciardi. Looking inside to Varsity, and they couldn't find her.
Just a little off the mark. She had her defender sealed. Great position, but just a little bit out of reach.
Now Barbeau looking to take some time. St. Mary's leads by 8. Under 5 minutes left in the game. From way downtown, here's Murray. Offensive board, Barbeau, and she sticks it back.
Forced a long 3, offensive rebound. Good follow there by Barbeau. She seems to have the nose for the ball no matter where it is. Puts them back up 10 with 4:43 left. We got a 30-second timeout. Mike White, as you see, he's bringing his troops in, talking about what they want to do defensively. Kevin White, I had it right. I used to coach against a Mike White years and years ago. Don't get old. That's the Orland and Cohen, once again, on cue, as if I need the sports medicine right now, but not for the head. We're talking about the body. They're exclusive broadcast partners today. They've done a great job giving us everything we need, Mike, and they will continue in the next 2 games as I step away and you bring in another young prodigy to work with you in 2 great games ahead, as you mentioned. First game, St. John the Baptist and Chaminade. And who are we going with in the nightcap?
Holy Trinity and St. Anthony's.
Holy Trinity and St. Anthony's.
Yes, sir. It's been a great day of basketball, and it's going to continue well into the evening. So we're really excited to be here. The folks at St. Joseph's have been great to us, so want to mention them as well.
If you're a hoops junkie, this is the day. St. Mary's going 2-3 now, extended.
Toner over to Licciardi. Trying to break the zone. Mitak, her pass. Her shot won't go. Finally, it's put in. Baseline on the runner.
You can see loose ball. The high 2-3 does lend itself to being on the baseline. Great drive and finish right there. Backside when you can get the ball below the zone and attack it from the baseline, and also it leaves you a little susceptible to three-pointers in the corner, but St. Mary's is willing to give that up to extend the pressure.
Amanda Pacey, just a sophomore, but she's got a nice game, and she's had a nice game, and she cuts it to a 7-point deficit.
Big-time player right there for a young lady.
Approaching the 4-minute mark left in the game. St. Mary's by 7 with the ball. Williams turns it around, gets it back, and sticks it in the lane.
Helps St. Mary's go up 49-40 now, 3:45. Only one foul, Mike, called this entire quarter. May come into play if St. Anthony's needs to foul to stop the clock.
There's a 3 from Mita. Alexis Mitas with the 3.
Turns, splits the, hits the 3. That rhymed.
Doing a little Clyde action there, huh?
Well, got to give him some props, but a great job. Find the big girl on the free throw line, dump it down, high-low game.
Kayla Williams with that last bucket. Now St. Anthony gets a little sloppy and they turn it over.
You know, they work so hard to gain possession. They give up a somewhat easy basket down. Still only down 8. Still only down 8 with 3 minutes to go. St. Mary's with the 1 foul. St. Anthony's with 0 still.
Amelia Moore back in for the Friars.
You'd have to think St. Anthony's cannot stay in this zone much longer, Mike.
Barbeau bottled up. Right elbow jumper won't go. Varsity cleans the glass.
Must convert here. Down 8, 2:30 with the ball.
Mitas. Licciardi. Oh, nice look inside. Pass went to Moore, but she couldn't get the...
Lucky to draw that foul, but as we had mentioned before, once you can pass out of those traps and get it to the other side and beat it from underneath, with the size right here that St. Anthony's is showing on the court right now, they have the right personnel. Got to make the free throws though.
Amelia Moore, just a freshman, Mike, at 6'1", so she's going to be a force in this league for the next couple years.
Smooth game.
Smooth free throw right there, and she cuts the lead to 7. 2:25 left in the game.
St. Anthony's going to have to either trap or really hope that St. Mary's plays into this and takes a quick shot. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. 7 now.
It's Blaylock to Murray. Right wing 3 won't go. It's pulled down by Moore. Moore is tied up. Did they get the timeout in time?
Looks like they got the timeout. St. Mary's very smart there, Mike. Even though they missed a long 3, worked the shot clock down to about 3 seconds, was able to get the offensive rebound. Even without that, you're still taking the clock down if St. Anthony's gets the ball. They're still down 7, under 2 minutes. So that's the experience of St. Mary's while they want to play run and gun, move the ball quickly. As you see, Coach White going to be talking about offense here, but I'm sure he's also in this last minute and 55 going to be talking about how to manage everything.
Want to take a moment to acknowledge our great crew working with us here today. Tom Bruno, Dave Stempel, Evan Laurie, Jamie Burkhardt, Andy Franco, all doing a tremendous job here this afternoon. We've got just under 2 minutes left in the second semifinal. The winner of this game will meet Sacred Heart on Thursday over at Hofstra.
Tricky situation here now, under 2 minutes. St. Anthony's with no team fouls. They're going to have to stop the clock in some respects. So I'm thinking if you're Coach Huey Flaherty, you're saying, hey, we're getting a steal or a foul here for the next 2 to 3 possessions minimum. Doesn't seem like we got anybody in foul trouble, but again, got to be smart.
Can't let Williams inside.
Looks like they're playing it straight.
They get it into Blaylock. 20 on the shot clock for Blaylock.
Happy and content just to stand there and dribble down. Now they're extending a little bit.
Blaylock looking to take some time for Barbeau. Now back out to Blaylock. Thought about the straight ahead three, passed it up. Now from deep, way off the mark, but put back in by Barbeau.
Oh, worst case scenario right there.
Absolute killer right there.
Absolutely. If you're going to work that hard to cause a bad shot, you can't give up the offensive rebound.
Anthony's down by 9. Turnaround from Varsity won't go. Licciardi tries to put it back up. We've got a traveling violation against St. Mary's, and it's going to go back over to the Friars.
That's a tough call right there. Looks like we're going to get a timeout here with Coach Flaherty. All right, so Mike, we're down 9 here, 1 minute to go. All right, obviously, threes are of the utmost importance, but you might just have to take what you can get, go in, get the quick deuce. You got to be up and foul. But that's what we were talking about before. If you sit back in the zone and you take 2, 3, 4 quick ones, now you're under a minute. You might have waited a little bit too long. Possible, not impossible to come back, but really kind of put themselves in a tough position. And as we said in that last St. Mary's possession, forcing that long three and then giving up the offensive rebound was just a killer.
Don't forget, folks, we've got exciting boys semifinal action still on tap. Chaminade against St. John the Baptist at 5. And then later on at 7, we've got the 2-3 game, which I think is going to be a barn burner. The Friars of St. Anthony's boys taking on the Titans of Holy Trinity. Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. Same rules apply with the boys as to the girls. When you've played teams a couple of times throughout the year and you're in now, win or go home scenarios, makes these games as exciting as possible.
But we've still got a minute
to go
of action here.
Need a quick score, guys.
St. Anthony's. Toner thought about it. She got bottled up. Back outside. The 3 attempt from Mitas won't go, but St. Anthony's keeps possession.
St. Anthony's looking to drive and kick for threes. Got an open one, but it took 14 seconds.
Offensive board. Layup won't go. Finally, Williams clears the boards. And Blaylock gets fouled.
One team foul, St. Anthony's, 37.6 seconds. Probably going to see a foul fest here now in the next 3 inbounds. Might be a little too late, though. Mike White calling timeout. Wonder if he'll advance the ball.
So while we have a second here in this timeout, Mike, I want to ask you about what your week is going to be like. You've been on this crazy winning streak for a couple years now. And
much appreciated that you brought it up, Mike. Thank you.
Your team is going to be taking on Cold Spring Harbor on Wednesday night, also over at Hofstra. What are you looking forward to in that game?
Well, you know what, Hofstra, no matter who's playing there, but we were lucky enough to play there the other day, and just a tremendous atmosphere. We've played Cold Spring Harbor twice this year. Now we're going into the B finals.
I'd imagine it's got to be a thrill for high school kids to get there to Hofstra. I mean, as close as we really have here on Long Island to like a major D1 college, right?
Fantastic. You know, it's you know, we've been pretty successful for a while, but you could tell our first game, which we played against East Rockaway early on, nerves, big court, big moment. So even, you know, we have a lot of seniors, juniors on our team. Just an exciting time, and we just want to play well.
So let's see if the Friars can maybe get a steal right here. Instead, it's a run out. Blaylock ahead of the pack. A hard foul from Pacey against Blaylock, and Blaylock goes sprawling almost into the wall. I'm sorry for laughing.
No, well, it was a tough one, but I think she sold it a little bit on the way out. Not even going to get shots here, so it was on the ground, which is interesting. But here we go with the fouls. All right, that gets you to 3 now.
Emma Toner, the 5'8" freshman, called for that foul. So we mentioned at the outset, Mike, a lot of underclassmen in this rotation for Huey Flaherty. So St. Anthony's is going to be a tough out in the next couple of years in this league.
And I'm sure if you spoke to him after the game, he's disappointed that they weren't able to get the job done today with 28.2 seconds left. But inside, he will definitely feel proud and, as you mentioned, looking forward to the future when you have that many underclassmen who have already been, to a big spot.
Again, Blaylock comes up with a little bit of a hitch in the giddy up right there, but with 26 seconds.
I think she'll be okay shooting these free throws. She's played a tremendous game. You got to give her a lot of credit. Hitting 2 big threes in the corner, playing through. She got a legitimate early injury. Tremendous defense on the top of the zone.
And you can see, folks, on your screen right there, the boys are lined up. They cannot wait to get after it. Chaminade's in the house. St. John the Baptist is in the house. And those guys will get after it in just a few minutes. Here comes Pacey. Gives it up outside. Mitas for 3. Her shot won't fall. Barbeau.
St. Anthony's yelling no foul, so St. Mary's will dribble it out and take a 10-point victory home.
So our girls' final is set. It's going to be the Gales of St. Mary's taking on Sacred Heart on Thursday at Hofstra. I want to thank you, Mike Gadone, for a tremendous job. 2 games with you really flew right by.
My pleasure, Mike. And you know what? Anytime you can get together and see some great basketball at this time of year and talk about it, it was a treat for me. And I hope your voice holds up for the next 2. But just a great day of basketball. And congratulations once again, St. Mary's and Sacred Heart. That's going to be a heck of a game.
St. Mary's wins it by 10, folks. We're going to step away and be back with boys action in just a few minutes. This is T&D Video Sports Productions.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better faster.
In just a few minutes, we're going to be back with a couple games. St. John the Baptist takes on Chaminade, the top seed in our first semifinal. Start time about 5 o'clock. About 20 minutes after the conclusion of that game, we will have Holy Trinity, the 2 seed, taking on St. Anthony. So still a lot of basketball left to play here this afternoon. We look forward to it, and we're back with much more action in just a few minutes.